Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, December 2nd, 2011. Let's get right into the charts. There's a lot of news to cover. First, we're going to talk about the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which are trading higher by about 15 and a half points. In just another minute, we're going to get the non-farm payroll report by the U.S. Labor Department released. We'll see how the market reacts. We'll see what those numbers are. They're expected to be a decent number. But again, you never know exactly how the market's going to react off of it. The market is up substantially before the number today, so I suspect we could get a little bit of a pullback into that big up move we've had already. But overall, I think today could be a non-event. So we'll see how it plays out. But right now, looks like that number is out. You're starting to see the market come in a little bit and then move right back up. Let's see exactly what it is. Just jockeying for position here. Looks like the non-farm payroll report is just released. I'm waiting on the numbers here to see what they are. The dollar is falling, so that means the market should trade higher. I'm going to watch for some resistance up here around 1263, 1265. But nonetheless, futures are moving higher. Non-farm payroll reports up 120,000 today. So, I guess that's okay. I'm not really too sure. Looks like the unemployment rate dropped to 8.6%. I mean, I don't know if you could believe this stuff, but that's what it is. And the market's holding up pretty well, up pretty sizably. Another 17 points higher on the S&P 500. So in any case, I think we'll see a non-event today. But nonetheless, the markets are up sizably today, and they're holding that gain at the moment. I don't think we're going to get any kind of a major sell-off on these numbers. But looks like the November non-farm payroll report is up 120,000. So a little bit better than last month, but not as good as the ADP would have indicated. ADP was telling us 200,000 non-farm payrolls, and you only got 120,000. So I guess it's somewhat in line. Not a big deal either way. Again, I think it'll turn out to be a non-event. Really what's important for the market right now, if the dollar goes down, the market's going to continue to climb higher. We're also into the seasonality trend where, gives the market a slight upside bias. Volume trends are also very, very light, which also helps the market stay afloat. A couple of other things to cover now that we see the futures are holding steady after the non-farm payroll report. We'll talk about oil. Spot crude today is trading higher by about a buck. I believe crude is trading at 101 a barrel. This is a high price for crude, but the chart on crude looks fine. The USO is trading up here at $39.13 at the moment. Yesterday, USO closed at $38.61. So a decent pop for oil, and it continues to hold up very, very well. I don't really see many holes in oil at the moment. Nothing I would look to short. It's still holding up very, very well, and oil right now looking strong this morning. So we'll leave it at that. Let's take a look at the GLD. We'll take a look at gold. Spot gold, I believe, is trading higher by $22 today. GLD is also trading at $71.07, $171.07. Looks like the GLD yesterday closed at $169.63. So a decent pop there. It is coming off the highs a little bit, so we'll watch it. I'm not sure how much higher gold can go, but it's a good little morning pop, and it's showing a little bit of strength. Let's take a look at the SLV. We'll use that as a barometer as well. Looks just like gold, just a smaller mini version of it. You got a nice little pop into the 32.75 level. Now trading down a little bit to around 32.60, but coming in a little bit sharper now. But nonetheless, gold is silver is holding up pretty well, and as long as the markets stay afloat, it's hard to see gold and silver really sell off all that much. Now the dollar is catching a little bit of a bid off the morning lows, and I'm just going to flip over to the dollar chart to let you see that in real time. But you'll see here the dollar sold off, and now it is rebounding, and that's bringing gold and silver down. It is also starting to bring the futures back down a little bit. So you can see the futures traded up to that 1262.5. We talked about this level being resistance, right, as I started this broadcast, and it has come back in a little bit. So not a big deal, but that's a good pop on a dollar. The dollar moves higher, the markets will deflate a little bit. Again, the dollar is still down significantly, down about 24 cents at the moment. So nonetheless, we'll have to watch it throughout the course of the day. Couple of stocks that I have on my radar today. Not many on a Friday, but one is Research in Motion. Everybody knows the name, popular stock. Again, be careful here. The stock had news today. They're not going to meet numbers. They're going to focus on their tablet, a few other things. I just briefly saw the headlines, but not that I even care about that. Right now, what you got to look for is that this stock is in a downtrend, and it's a weak name right now. So be careful with Research in Motion. I'm not really seeing a whole lot there. Maybe it can hold up as long as it stays above the recent lows of $16 a share. It probably most likely chops around, but there's nothing I would initiate there on a trading basis, swing trade or scalp trade at this moment. Let's take a look at Cena Corp. This one is catching a pretty sizable bid today. Cena with a nice little move. Looks like yesterday Cena closed at 66.41, trading at 69.23 at the moment. A decent little pop. I'm not sure how much upside it has. There's going to be a little bit of resistance at 70, but China was if anybody looked at the Shanghai index last night, it was very weak. Actually closed down significantly. I believe it was down 1% or a little bit over 1%. So be careful with these Chinese ADRs right now. You got to be a little bit cautious with them, even though they're holding up. And if the U.S. markets hold up today, they'll probably be okay. But Shanghai was down, so I want you to be a little bit careful with the Chinese ADRs. They could be facing some weakness. Baidu is up today as well. This one closed at 134.83 yesterday, trading at 136.75. But with the Shanghai being weak last night, you got to be careful with these Chinese ADRs. They may have more upside as long as the U.S. markets hold up, but be careful here. There's no sense to get cute with these names, especially in this type of environment. But they've definitely shown a little bit of weakness. Couple other things that I'm looking at right here is STX, Seagate Technologies. This stock was up yesterday, down again today. That's an ugly little reversal, even though it's about 75 cents. I'm just looking at this stock. It does have support at $16, so there's going to be a little bit of short-term support there. But after that, it's really down to the $14 level. So be a little bit careful with Seagate. If this thing starts to sell off a little further, it could come under pressure. All right, so I know that stock is trading lower this morning, and we got to watch that one because it's a disk drive company, and $16 is a pretty important level for it to hold. Fails to hold there, that stock may want to start trending lower, back down to the 14 level. So be a little bit cautious if you are trading Seagate. That's really about it this morning. I'm not seeing anything else. Other than that, the markets are holding steady. They were up before the job number, and they continue to remain a little bit of a sell-off, but nothing earth-shattering here. And I think we'll probably hover in this range for the day. I'm not sure we're going to see any kind of a dramatic sell-off, but if the dollar keeps rallying the way it is, and the dollar's caught a big bid here, markets could come under a little bit more pressure on the sell side. But that's a big reversal bar on the 10-minute dollar chart this morning. So right after the job number. So we're going to watch that closely, and we'll see how this market plays out. Right now, the futures are trading higher by 14 points. We'll leave it at that, everybody. Not all that much to cover today, but the job report is out, up 120,000. Futures have pulled back a little bit, and the dollar has moved higher. Dollar up, market pulls back. That's how it goes. All right, with that said, I'll see everybody on the microphone at 9:30. That's in the chat room. Everyone else, I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.